Hello everyone, hello. How have you all been? How have you been? So it's been a long time since I've uploaded, and that's because I've been a little bit busy and with school, and we're having a lot of things going on. And I kind of forgot about this channel, to be honest, but hopefully I've got new things planned. I haven't really figured out what I'm gonna do, so I just thought to record a quick little video and just talking about some books. So first of all, this will all be manga, just saying, because that's what I have the most of. I have a very small book collection, but if anyone is ever interested, I can do that for my non-manga. But anyways, first we have a good chunk of Demon Slayer. I love Demon Slayer. One of my favourite covers here. I love M.I.A. And I'm up to date. I finished the manga, but I haven't read this light novel here. But it's one of my favourite mangas that I've read. It made me cry a few times. I love this cover as well, volume 16. Some of my favourite characters. I think my favourite Hashira would be, I think it might be Mitsuri or Obanai, maybe. I really like them. And then third favourite, maybe Shinobu. Demon Slayer, I got into it quite a few years ago, in 2020, when lockdown was high. And yeah, I think it's a very good read. People who say it's overrated or not good, I think it's a little bit silly. I think it's one of the strongest current shonens. But yes, I'm missing a few, mainly at the beginning. I think I've got, so I'm just missing the beginning volumes before the Mugen Train arc, but I didn't get them because I had already watched the rest of the show. But yes, next we have Hunter x Hunter. I've not been collecting this one as much. Oh, I forgot about this. I had also made bookmarks for Demon Slayer. You can kind of see one there. I made them a long time ago. But going back to Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter was one of my first shonens that I fully watched. I miss it a lot. I really hope it continues. My favourite character was Kurapika between the four main. I think that Kurapika deserves a bit more recognition. But yes, and then I loved Illumi. Sorry, the camera is so shaky. But my tripod didn't go up to the top bookshelf. And then the quality, the mic quality might be a bit off because I don't have a mic. Because again, I couldn't hold and make sounds at the same time. So that's why I'm doing a soft spoken, because whispering, I wasn't sure if it would pick up. But I do love Hunter x Hunter. It has a special place in my heart. I don't really collect it much, but hopefully eventually, piece by piece, I'll get a full set, especially if it does come off hiatus. But the mangaka's health is what matters the most. Next, Undead Unluck. I really liked this, but I just didn't continue collecting it. I remember my favourite character being the this one here from the little I'd read. For some reason I'd imagined him with blue hair and I completely forgot they had pink. But yes, I think I read the first two. I don't think I ended up reading the third one. If you have read this, let me know if I should continue it. Next, I only have these 4 of My Hero. I watched the anime mainly. I haven't seen season 6 and 7 because I don't currently have a Crunchyroll account because I just don't have time for anime nowadays. I mostly read manga, but I haven't collected in a long time. But I love My Hero. I've been into it since, I think, 2017, maybe 2018 actually, 2018. I love all the characters, to be honest, but I love Ochako. I love her. I've loved her since the beginning. I was a proud Ochako defender in my 2020 days. But yes, moving on, a little less known, but I think it's still very well known. Moriarty the Patriot. I love Victorian era themed shows. And here are my other ones at the back. I am definitely Team William rather than Team Sherlock. I love them both, but William is definitely my favourite. And Louis, he's very underrated in my opinion. Like, it's always Albert and William, but we love Louis. But yes, I also need to continue this one. I'm only up to 7, but I really want to get more. My first volume is a little bit bent, unfortunately, but I might put it in here and then... Actually, let's do that. Oh, I forgot that I designed a book cover for Moriarty the Patriot. I was very proud of this when I made it. But I'll just leave it here for now. I'll just quickly change these because I know I'm going to forget. Excuse that it's out of order, I just don't want to make too much noise. There we go. And then we'll just put this one here. This is my favourite cover. Next, again, one of my favourites, The Promised Neverland. I've been a fan since it came out. I have 6 through 20, and I originally watched the anime. I watched the first season and waited for season 2. Was incredibly disappointed with season 2. Well, it wasn't necessarily bad, but the ending was bad in my opinion. And so I decided to bite the bullet and buy all the manga. And yes, this is my favourite cover. I just love the watercolour. It's so pretty. Very pretty. And my favourite character is Emma and Ray. And I did cry at the 20th volume. If you know, you know. Next up, we have a Spy Family. Now, I think I've read up to volume 6 because I was planning on getting the rest of the volume so that I could binge it, but I didn't end up getting them because I've not really bought any manga for the past year. Because again, I've just not really thought about it, and also manga can get very expensive. I think on my collection here alone I've probably spent close to between 800 and 900 on this. So it's definitely not the biggest collection in the world, but still expensive. But yeah, Spy Family, it's alright. I'm not the biggest fan of comedy anime because I think that it's kind of humour that I can get when I watch a shonen, and I'm more of a shonen and occasional shoujo person. But yes, I do prefer. I'm not a huge fan of current shoujo. I prefer old shoujo, like 2000s and 2010s. Then by one of my favorite mangakas, Rumiko Takahashi, we have M.I.A, and I'll have Inuyasha a little bit down. But yes, again, I've read the first two, and then I was planning on getting more. But it's at a standstill, it's not a high priority for me. Finishing my Inuyasha collection is more important. Next is my shoujo shelf. Well, mainly shoujo, excluding these. First we have, I'm going to speed through these because there's a lot. We have, oh, this is a lengthy title. The Whole of Humanity Has Gone Yuri Except for Me. I always butcher the title. Always butcher it. But it's a hefty one. It was a nice read. It was alright. I wouldn't say it was anything sensational. But yes. Next we have Skip Beat. I'm not planning on collecting it. I just watched the anime when I was younger. So I just wanted one volume in my collection. Next we have Orange. I'm not sure if Orange Future, if I need to get that one or if it's included in the second volume. I'm not sure. But I enjoyed it. It was light. Well, it wasn't light considering what it was about, but it was alright. And then, before anyone says anything, no, I don't condone the show. I don't condone it at all. But again, I watched it when I was younger, and the theme song is one of my favourite theme songs ever, so I do want to collect it. And yes, it's very controversial. My favourite character from what I remember, I didn't finish the show, but it was the ice vampire. I don't know if he's on a cover. This might be him actually. Yes, the blondie here. I remember not liking this one as well. I don't know either of their names. But yes, Vampire Knight, nostalgic, but I won't be reading these. Next we have one of my favourites in terms of romance is Toilet Bound hanako-kun. My favourite character is obviously, well, it's not obviously, but my top 3 characters are Hanako, Nene, and oh, actually it's tough. It's between Mitsuba and Tsukasa. I forgot his name. It's been so long since I've read these. I've got 0 through 10. And again, these volumes are quite expensive since it's yen press. And my volume 2 is very... Oh, I have a book cover for this one. Oh, I remember this one. I haven't looked through these in a long time. This was my favourite book cover that I made. You should appreciate it. I made these in like 2020. I want to make more now. But I really loved Toilet Bound. I heard that it's getting renewed for a second season, which I hope it does. And I really miss the show. I love the art style. As you can see, the art style here. I highly recommend it. I love Nene and Hanako together. Yes. Then Don't Toy Me, Miss Nagatoro. I remember when this was extremely popular. I just got the volumes that weren't from the anime, and I know there's a lot more, but I didn't feel the need to continue it. So yeah. The Royal Tutor, I was influenced into buying this one, and I didn't really continue it. I liked it, I liked the anime, but I just never continued it, unfortunately. I would like to though. Then we have High Rise Invasion. This was very popular at one point, but it quickly fell off. If you watched it, let me know. I loved this one. My favourite character was Nisei, or Mayuko, whichever you call her by. And I originally got these two because I thought that they were after season 1, but this one is the end of season 1, which wasn't very useful. Ouch, that hurt. Next is my French shelf. As you can tell, it's very sparse. There we go. So, this one is they had an anime for this in English, but they never made the manga in English. Oh, and if you didn't know, French manga, we'll show the first volume in case there's spoilers on that one, come with dust covers. So the cover is pink under here. And yeah, the French manga are usually cheaper than English ones, if I recall. It's been a while since I bought a French one. For Talentless, I really liked the anime concept. I think the anime goes up to volume 4 or 5, maybe. But I haven't continued reading because Talentless, the volumes, they only come out once a year, if we're lucky. So hopefully, if the series comes to an end soon, then I can buy the rest and just binge it all. I loved this character here. I've forgotten her name. I loved her, and Nana was very cool. And I don't remember liking anyone else. There was an ice character that was funny, but he didn't get much screen time. But I do love this one. Next, my only horror, Doubt. This one kind of scared me when I read it, I'll admit. Whoops. Well, that's fun. I'll have to fix that. But it's very... Well, you can't really see the bunny masks, but there were a few horrifying panels. And yeah, I mean, it was fine. It wasn't sensational, but it wasn't bad either. Next, we have my first French manga that I bought called Demon Tune. I loved this one. It's short. It's only 4 volumes. Same with Doubt, 4 volumes. But I really liked it. I don't know if there's there is probably a digital version of this in English. You should give it a go if you want something short but shonen type. Or is it seinen? I never know the difference between shonen and seinen. I should probably check that. And this one is a standalone because I wanted Doubt. I wanted the 4th volume. And my dad accidentally bought this one, which, as you can tell, they are quite different. Oh well, they are quite different. I'll just... No, I feel like that's going to annoy some people if I just leave it. So I'll fix it. There we go. Next, I'm going to have to switch my sitting position for this since it's right at the bottom. We have my big manga shelf. So obviously I have my Inuyasha volumes. I love Inuyasha so much. It's very dear to me. One of the first animes that I watched at the tender age of 10. And I love this one so much. I've never actually finished it fully. I've seen it 4 or 5 times, but I've just never finished it. And I do want to. I've got a third of the collection. I loved Kikyo. I don't care what anyone says, I loved her. And Koga? I think his name, no, it was Koga. I really hope it was Koga. It's either Koga or Kovu. I think it's Koga. I liked him and Kagome together. I liked them just as much as him and Inuyasha. Although I guess he has his own woman now, I'm pretty sure. And if you're curious, between Sesshomaru and Inuyasha, my crush was Sesshomaru. I was a Sesshomaru girl. But yes, yeah, honestly, it's not even a debate. And I was a Moroku and a Sango girl as well. Sango was very attractive, I don't care. Next, we have my Death Note section. We have one of the light novels. I still need to read this one. I actually have volume 5 and 6 of the Black editions, but they're in France, favorites. I have a few other manga. I have a mermaid one and then a couple random volumes, but I haven't been able to access them. And then I have the how to read. And I don't know where my L card went. I was sure I had it displayed here, but apparently I don't. And then the short stories as well. Another unpopular opinion, I liked the ending of Death Note. I love Nia. He's one of my favourite characters. So I will not be condoning any Nia slander in my comment section. Thank you. That was a bit loud, sorry. And next we have Alice in Borderland. I purely bought these because I watched the show on Netflix and I loved it. I love all the characters. Well, maybe not all of them, but the majority. And there's season 3 that's coming out soon. I think it's supposed to come out next year. Or, no, actually, I think it might be December of this year. I'm not sure. But I'm not too sure what to think about the 3rd season, seeing as it's not part of the manga, which we all know how that usually goes. But I've got the first 3. And I really love the show, and apparently not all the games were featured in the show, so that's why I started buying them. And I like that it's a continuous image. There's the mountains, and then the laser beam. Next we have Vinland Saga. I haven't read this, but I did watch the first episode of the show with my dad, and we were both not feeling it. I'm not really into Viking things, but I still keep it around. And A Man and His Cat. This, Square Enix, I think is the publisher. Yes, it is. Their volumes are quite expensive. I'm pretty sure I paid $14 for each of them. And it was a very light-hearted story, so I liked it, don't get me wrong. But I was satisfied with the 3. I didn't feel the need to buy the other 4 or 5, however many there are. Case closed. I just had the first volume because I read it in the library, the first 3, I think. But I'm not about to collect 97 volumes of this. Black Butler, same thing. I watched the anime and I really want to continue watching it. I mean, collecting the manga. The problem is that I can't find them at a good price or find the middle volumes at all. And I'm more interested in like volume 10 onwards because I know the beginning and stuff. But the manga is way more in-depth and dark than the anime, which is why I want to read it. Although I'm very sad that Alois Trancy isn't canon in the manga because I love him. And then Seraph of the End. I loved the show when I was younger, but now I just think it's alright. But the manga is way more developed than the anime, so I figured eventually I'll read it. And I really liked Ferret. I know that says a lot about me that's negative, but I liked him. And Mika was nice too. Yu, I didn't really care for him. But yes, this is the full overview of my collection. Actually, I do have another manga here, but it's not in my room. It's The Water Dragon's Bride, if you've heard of it. It's a shoujo. And I do like that shoujo. And I do want to eventually collect Naruto and One Piece, because I did read, I watched the original Naruto. Well, that's a lie, I didn't finish it. I watched 210 episodes and I forgot to finish the other 10. But I really don't want to watch it all over again, so I'm going to eventually collect it. Same with One Piece. I watched the live action and I loved it, but I'd rather read the manga than watch the anime because I don't have time for 1100 episodes. But yes, that's it. for watching. I'll try to post a bit more. If you have any video ideas, let me know in the comments. And I hope the audio quality wasn't too bad since I didn't have my mic. But yeah, I know a lot of you like my rambling videos, so I tried to do mainly talking in this one. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.